Hey everybody, welcome back to another day with RD. Yeah, that's me. Check it out, sun's shining today. It's above 50. We're going around the block on the scooter. I told you in the last video that I was going to show you how this camera works. We can do that right now, but I'm not really sure myself. But you got to turn it on first. See, I got it mounted on the handlebar. Normally, back in the old days, I'd have a GoPro stuck right here, and the arm would come out and go around here, and the GoPro would be right where my finger is. All you would get is a forward view. But with a 360 camera, it has a lens on the front and a lens on the back, right there. It's on a selfie stick, and the way it sees everything around you, it's pretty cool. This thing is awesome. It sees everything around you, even frontwards and backwards. It doesn't look like it would, but it does. The lenses are very wide angle, and when it comes to the side, very narrow, right there. Both sides are narrow. This is smaller than your cell phone, this thing. So what makes the selfie stick invisible is the software that the camera uses. When it actually does a 180 for this one lens and another 180 for the lens on the back side, and the software stitches it together, and that's what makes this invisible right here. Makes that sucker invisible. You can't see it. Looks like you got a camera crew following you on your motorcycle. That's what I know about it. That's as good as I can explain it to you. But I think it's really cool, and we're gonna go for a ride and check it out with the GoPros too, because I'm gonna put a GoPro back here. Normally I got one up there, and I have one. Let's go around the other side. I have one mounted on my helmet, so that camera is mounted on the helmet. It's dirty too. That's one thing I like about the GoPros. They get dirty, you can wipe them with your fingers or whatever. I'm not sure about the 360 camera. Those lenses, I guess, are pretty fragile, so I know they're going to get slammed with bugs and everything, so we're just going to have to figure it out. But right now, I got another gadget I'm going to try out. It's down in there. You can see it real quick. I'm not going to tell you what that is yet unless it works good. So let's get our gear on, go for a ride. All right, get your coat on. Let's go. I hope all these gadgets work, y'all. I got some stuff going on. Got the 360 up there. I'm really liking that thing. I like it a lot. Let's get this bike warmed up. Hopefully I don't kick anything getting on. Let's get her fired up, get her warmed up a little bit. Do you guys? Whoa! Yeah. I had the stereo cranking last time I was on her. I like it. I like it a lot. Do you guys let your bike warm up before you take off? I know I usually do for a couple of minutes. Just something I've always done. Let the oil get flowing through there and stuff. Let me know what you guys do. Is that a waste of time? I don't think it is for me. I feel a whole lot better if she gives a warm up a little bit. Alright, this is the GoPro. That's the 360. In the GoPro you can see the selfie stick. See, it looks pretty weird sticking up there, don't it? But if you're looking down from the 360 camera, you don't see none of that. You just see what's out there. That's how we like it. Get a nice little view of the bike, and hopefully all the scenery that's around us. So let's go. I sure wish I didn't live on a dirt road. I get my oil cooler down there full of dirt every time I come home or take off. Hey, if you got a Street Glide Enduro, what's wrong with that? They got a new gadget, the saddlebag back there. I should check, because I never checked to make sure my bag's even locked. How many of you guys ride motorcycles have your bag fly open on the highway? Have the lid flop up? I had that a couple times. Here we go. Oh yeah. Sounding good today. I love that sound. That's one of the reasons you ride a Harley. You get that sound going on, you get the vibrations, you get to go cruising, you get to be out in the country like I am right now, just out in the fresh air, going down a country road. You got the pipe screaming. You give the gas a little bit, you can definitely wake her up. Oh, excuse me. This thing right here, I hope that doesn't come loose. If you watch my one video about these little mounts right here, I had one kept coming loose all the time. It was advertised as being a big, tough, sturdy mount, and the little mountain ball down here, these are balls. It was loose right from the start. It was on the Tellison mount. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put it up here. You check that out. If you're thinking about getting one of these, you need the big sturdy mount right here like that. God, I forget what they call them already. Ram mount. You see, I don't have it extended very far. I just wanted it high enough to look over my shoulder so we could see what's behind us. If I extended that all the way up there, the wind beats it up pretty good. I'm real scared of that thing coming off of there, breaking or whatever. So I think that's enough extension on that when you're riding a motorcycle. And that just helps us keep the view more normal, more natural looking. That's my own opinion. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep it real. As real as we can. See if we can scare that guy. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? It's cool though. My windshield's fogging up. I got a hot head with cold air going around it. Makes fog. That's a science lesson for today. I don't think I told you, but what I do is you just turn that camera on and ride. You can see that it's a little crooked, all that good stuff. You don't have to point it at anything. The software keeps the horizon level at all times in that 360 camera, which is very cool. But you just let the camera run when you're riding. You know, you don't want to let it run too long, I don't think, because having to go through 30 miles of footage to edit isn't a good thing. You know, it can be done, but it will take a lot of hours to do. But this camera will run an hour on a battery, so I usually like to take 3-4 minute bursts and turn the camera off and wait for something else interesting to show up. But once I'm done recording for the day or for the ride that I'm on, I'll take the SD card out of the camera, flop it right into the computer, and you have to put it in what they call an Insta 360 Studio. That's a program, a free program you download from Insta 360. You put your footage in that software, the Insta Studio, and you go through the footage that you have on your SD card. You just go through it, you can chop it up and do whatever you want, keep the parts you want and stuff, and then you turn it over, you produce it into an MP4 file, and then I transfer it into the main program that I use Power Director for making the videos. And because the GoPros, they record in MP4 format right off. That's the standard video studio. That's where you point your camera. Like if we want to look at them trees over there, or this house over here, or these houses, when you're sitting at your computer, you can flop that. You take your little mouse and move it around, and it moves the footage around. So that's how you aim your camera, whatever you want to look at. Like this little red barn is really cool right here. The old barn, you know, got the old silo going on. Farmers out here. There's a big old silo up there with another barn. When you're sitting at your computer, that's where you get the views that you want in your video from the 360 camera. I think that's pretty awesome. The one thing about the 360 cameras, the audio, it has 4 microphones, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and it gets a lot of wind noise because there's no windsock I can put over it to deaden the wind noise. I would have to buy an external microphone for that one and plug it in, and then it would be just like this GoPro, because I have a microphone in my helmet that's plugged into the GoPro. But you have to buy the mic adapters for the mic adapter for the GoPro won't work on the 360 camera, so that's just more stuff you got to get. And I've been using the GoPro for moto vlogging for several years, and I know one thing: it doesn't like hot air. It'll turn itself off. The GoPros get pretty warm, and the GoPro does not like cold air. Your battery, if it's around 30 degrees, your battery go dead in less than 5 minutes. That's why making snowmobile videos is so difficult. The battery goes dead real fast. I tried all kinds of different ways. I got it to last maybe 15 minutes before on the snowmobile. Keeping it all bundled up and warm inside my jacket till I use it, and then when you turn it on, you just let it run because it generates its own heat. With the GoPro batteries, I have the Hero 7 GoPro, is several years old, and if you leave it run, it'll run when it's warm enough. Like today, it'll run, the battery will last you maybe 20-25 minutes. So they say this 360 camera will last you an hour. I don't know about that yet. We haven't ridden long enough to know. They say the memory card will fill up quicker than the battery will go dead. But guys down there fishing. That's the White River down there, y'all. We're just coming into Hesperia. It's my hometown. There's all of 300-400 people live here permanent. They even have an RC track. That's the Village Hobbies RC Raceway right there. RC cars is fun. We've done that too before. So we're going to go behind the grocery store here. That's where the dam is. I'm going to check this camera equipment. Ooh, we had lots of rain here this past week. That water is high. Real high. Oh yeah, it's flowing over into the swimming hole. How cool is that? Alright, break time. This is little town of Hesperia. It was founded in 1866. And so all these old buildings are from the 1866. Some of them got a facelift, some of them didn't. Most of them are empty. But we must like it because we're still here, right? Any of you all live in small towns? How do you like it? Pretty laid back. Not much happening most of the time. So I like it a lot. Hey, we're over 100 miles. God, we get 1,000 miles on this thing, we can get an oil change. No, my Uncle Terry, he was telling me he's quite a funny guy. He told me the other day, he said, you know, Uncle Terry, he is probably, he's 80 something or close to it, late 70s. He told me the other day, he said, don't take Viagra before you go to bed. And I asked him, why? You know, some people need extra help. He said, because you're going to wake up with a stiff neck. But who would have thought of that? Just Uncle Terry. Oh, I don't know if you ever heard that one before, but it's pretty funny, huh? Look at them big old trucks. Most of them are hauling stuff for farms, hay and dirt, gravel. I don't like going around them trucks. See how mellow, it just mellows right out when you get to cruising speed. You still got a little rumble, but not bad. I like it. It makes you want to give it the gas more, just so you can hear it. I'm like a big kid. And I'm no spring chicken no more. I'm just a big kid. Okay, y'all. The GoPro on my helmet died right here. See, it's always something. I didn't get a chance to show you what was in my saddlebag. This little gizmo right here is an audio recorder I got at Walmart. I had it down in there. It was a cheap one. It worked really well. But you see all the stuff in the bag? Rattles around. The microphone picked up all the rattles. So if you hear rattling in the video, that's what it is. So we learned something today. I didn't get a chance to tell you all. Bye. We'll see you next time.